Tonight on the Disney Sunday Movie, they're a typical family with one exception.
I'm being soothed by my 16-year-old son.
Let me have the surgery.
It's just too risky.
The answer's no.
When Dad orders me to go watch some TV, I know something big is going down.
Suing your parents, it takes a lot of guts. A case like this is torture for everybody.
I want you to call that lawyer right now and tell her you made a mistake.
I'm moving out.
Valentine and Beau Bridges star in A Fighting Choice.
This is the last chance I've got.
Good evening and welcome to the Disney Sunday Movie. Tonight's film, Fighting Choice, is about a teenage boy who has epilepsy. It's a story of how he and his family struggle to cope with his condition. We portray the subject matter and the physical seizures it creates realistically. Our intent is not to shock you or make you uncomfortable, but rather to share with you a young man's extraordinary courage and his determination to have the kind of life that you and I take for granted. As parents, I encourage you to watch this film with your children. As a family, you'll be glad you did.
I got it. Roses are red, violets are not. Today is your birthday. Don't say I forgot.
Very touching.
I hardly know the guy.
Well, he invited you to his party, didn't he?
Hi, Mom.
Hi, how's school?
Okay, how are you doing?
Good.
Hey, boss, what are you up to?
Birthday card.
Sounds boring. So what's to eat?
Dad's bringing home.
Oh, not Chinese again.
Over 1 billion people eat it every night. You can take it once a week. Close the fridge.
So, how'd your CAT scan go?
Same as always.
And what did Dr. Tobin have to say?
Well, you know, same old locus of the focus and the neural hocus pocus.
He's one of the country's leading neurosurgeons in charge of one of the world's leading research centers. I'm sure he had something interesting to say.
He did mention that the Raiders would go crawling back to Oakland by the end of the decade.
Did you tell the doctor about your petit mal absences?
Yeah, he said be a good little guinea pig and don't worry. The drug isn't supposed to control absences. It's just for total seizures.
You can eat the rind, you know?
Reminds me of calluses. You want it, boss?
Yuck.
Helen.
Hey, is anybody hungry?
Yeah, I could eat a horse.
Probably Lowe's from Hong Far Lowe's.
How'd the CAT scan go?
Nothing new.
Music to my ears. 6 months here and everything's turned around.
Not everything.
Uh-oh.
Kellen's history teacher called this afternoon.
I already told him I'd retake the exam.
Question, what was the Bill of Rights? Answer, $35.56.
It was just a guess.
Question, what were Nathan Hale's last words? Answer, ugh.
No, that's... Oh!
I was just paraphrasing.
A terrific example you're setting for your brother.
I had to fill out about 8 million experiment reports for Dr. Tobin last week. How was I supposed to study for a lousy history exam?
Don't use your treatment as an excuse.
It's true.
Just calm down. You have to get a tutor. That's all.
After school, I already have Dr. Tobin 2 days a week.
That leaves 3 days.
Last time I take you to the movies.
Just kidding.
Twice a week till you pull your grade up to a B. You know, you haven't had a convulsion for 5 months. You're in a normal school for the first time in your life. It wouldn't kill you to put a little effort into adjusting.
All right. Here, you okay? Hey, can you hear me? Hello? Are you okay? Susie, could you tell me where Susie Fratelli is? Thank you. Susie? Susie Fratelli?
You must be Kellin.
Ms. Francis said you were. You would,
Tutor? The word is tutor. It's not fatal.
Sorry I'm late. My locker jammed.
Are you always this nervous?
Only around people.
Let's sit down. So, how'd you get out of not having to take PE?
Well, I take these, private exercise classes.
Oh, I jog every morning, and no one offered to let me out.
Oh, yeah? Where do you jog?
We were talking about you.
No, really, I'm interested in where you jog.
The track?
You just go around and around. Don't you get wound up?
You should try it sometime. You look like you use a little muscle tone.
Who, me? Oh, no. I spent 5 years training for the string bean grower's poster child. I'm not about to let that go down the drain.
I'm serious. You should come jogging with me.
You want to jog with me?
Well, it's boring jogging alone. I could use the company.
I don't know. I mean, look, I'll check with my astrologer, and if it doesn't conflict with my planets and shatter the universe, I'll call you tonight.
Okay. I'm in the book.
Now it's halfway through the party, and Marcy's going gaga for the sky. So we're scarfing down on his birthday. And Marcy's turning blue because she can't find this guy's last name. She can't ask Lori because Lori said to question the guy, it would like end her life. So Marcy asks Lisa to ask Lori what this guy's last name is.
You following this?
Just barely.
So when Lori finds out that Lisa told Marcy, she like detonates.
Blows up.
So, you know, Lori wants to get even with her. And guess what she does?
What does she does?
She steps on Lisa's retainer.
You would think that's funny.
Party was great.
Shepherd pie smells delicious, Dad.
Tastes even better. What'd you do today?
Nothing much. Started my tutoring today with this girl named Susie Fratelli.
Learn anything?
Yeah, we worked on the presidents. She told me all this personal stuff to help me tell them apart.
Like what kind of personal stuff?
Like James Garfield could like write Latin with one hand and Greek in the other hand at the same time.
Ooh, that should serve you well on the SATs.
And guess what Truman, Cleveland, Andrew Jackson, Johnson, Taylor, Fillmore, Van Buren, Lincoln, and Washington have in common?
Purple underwear.
None of them went to college.
Hey, don't let it go to your head. You might be able to get by in the presidency without going to college, but most jobs require an education.
I thought most of them were lawyers.
Come on, Harvey. I was only kidding.
Susie asked me to go jogging with her.
Kellin and Susie sitting...
Shut up.
What'd you tell her?
I told her I'd let her know tonight.
Did you ask Dr. Tobin about it?
I talked to him this afternoon. He said it would be okay.
Does Susie know you're an epileptic?
I haven't had a grand mal seizure in 5 months, Dad.
I don't see why he has to tell her, as long as Dr. Tobin says it's all right.
Well, the drug's working, Dad.
We just have to get used to not worrying anymore.
Hello?
Susie? It's Kellin. I was wondering if you still want to go jogging with me tomorrow morning.
Sure.
Really?
Oh, Susie,
I mean, you don't have to
Susie.
do this just because you're my tutor.
Just be there at 7, okay?
Okay.
Oh, Susie, oh, Susie.
You one dead shrimp boss. Is there any way you're telling me you want to go to bed early?
No, not that.
Then get out of here.
Kellin and Susie sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
We'll return after these messages.
The Disney Sunday Movie, brought to you by Duncan Hines. Our moist, delicious cakes and frostings, brownies, muffins, and cookie mixes. Moist, delicious Duncan Hines.
Have you heard? It's deliciously new. Dunkin' Hines Double Temptation for you. Dark chocolate brownie and in the same bite. Rich peanut butter, it'll tempt you twice.
The smooth creamy batter says Dunkin' Hines.
Add the peanut butter, swirl it, it's divine.
It's so moist, it's our best.
It's peanut butter chocolate and here's the rest. Mint chocolate brownie and milk chocolate too.
3 Dunkin' Hines brownie temptations for you. Come on and try them. They're new.
Hitting home runs is the fun part of my job. Catching is the tough part, the sweaty part. But you won't catch me showering with deodorant soap. I made a break from all that. A clean break with Ivory. Look, that's basic, natural, honest soap. Not like soaps that cover you with smelly perfumes or deodorant. What's that got to do with clean? Ivory's clean is an honest clean. You can smell it, you can feel it.
Make a clean break, because you just can't beat Ivory's honest clean.
Even when you got a special date.
Daddy! You want to join this sorority?
Start washing.
This is cold bacon grease. I'll be here till I graduate.
Not if you're smart. We use Dawn. Look, Dawn scatters grease, lifts it away, helps keep it away.
Looking good. You forgot to wash this. After all those greasy dishes?
Uh-huh.
This looks as clean as the first, and my hands don't feel greasy. Great! Now you can do the laundry.
Dawn takes grease out of your way.
Commuting, do-you-do. Sausage McMuffin, they're taking breakfast by the hand. All over the land. Uptown, downtown, boogieing along. Sausage McMuffin right in your hand. Sausage is catching the 805. You're taking fresh grade A along for the ride.
McDonald's Sausage McMuffin with egg will get you going. Sizzling sausage, melted cheese, and a fresh egg.
It's a good time for the great days of McDonald's. Commuting, do-do-do-ya-da.
Tuesday, Tony remembers the first girl he kissed, and he's convinced it was Angela.
You gotta admit, the stories do sound alike.
I, unlike some people I know, remember the name of the first person I kissed, and his name wasn't Tony, it was Anthony.
Who's the boss? Then, 3 weeks in America, and Balky's learning to cruise.
What I'm gonna do is throw a few emergency situations your way, okay? Is that all right? Good.
Look out! They're perfect strangers.
Tuesday.
We now continue with our program.
You know something? I'll grant you it was clever, but the mime troupe was doing the same shtick 20 years ago.
Has it been that long? My goodness, makes me feel like a grown-up.
Don't worry, darling. As long as you love the Grateful Dead, you'll never grow up.
Harvey, sweetheart?
You okay?
Yeah? Why?
Well, we found Harvey in front of the TV asleep.
I must have fallen asleep before his bedtime.
We also found the lamp.
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
And what happened?
I was just reaching to turn it on. And a spider crawled on my hand and I freaked. And you know how you just...
Mm-hmm.
That was a play. It's
Slow.
great. Sounds like a maybe.
Hey, maybe you better get to sleep. Got an early morning if you're going jogging with your friend.
Good night.
Night, Mom.
Sleep tight there.
Night.
Are you gonna sit all day? I'm waiting for somebody. Honey, we all are.
A guy, huh? No. Just one of the dopes I tutor. Well, one of the dopes you tutor could be a guy, you know. Janet, did you ever go out with a guy and spend the whole time wondering what he sees in you? No? Well, it's like this guy is more scared than I am. I mean, he's so shy. It's weird. Oh, is he a fox? Right now, he's a crud. Oh, they all are. All right. You're late.
Sorry. Where were we? Look, I said I was sorry.
Felt like a jerk waiting around for you this morning.
I'm sorry.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
I didn't think you'd care.
Well, now you know.
I didn't mean it. Really. I just overslept.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying to you.
Just stop it, okay? What is it?
It's...
Talk to me.
I'm an epileptic. I had a grand mal seizure last night. You don't have to act like it's the plague. I mean, 1 in every 100 people has it. That's over 2 million Americans, and most of them lead normal lives.
I can't believe how hard it was for you to tell me that. Kellin, it's nothing to be ashamed of.
It's not how most people see it.
Let's get out of here. Okay.
I used to get them almost every day. And then I got accepted into this experiment. And the seizures stopped almost right away. I thought it was over, you know? For the first time in my life, I could leave my house and not be afraid. Until last night.
Do you know what made it happen?
Well, during emotional periods in my life, I used to get them more often.
But I thought you were happy here.
It doesn't have to be a negative emotion. Too much excitement over a few days can be just as bad as too much tension.
Well, I can't think of a better way to work out emotions and stuff than jogging. Maybe we can still go.
I don't want to have a seizure in front of you.
I'm not afraid. Or should I be?
Well, most people react like it's contagious or something.
Well, I think it's stupid not to do things just because you're scared of what other people might think. What does it feel like?
Well, I don't know about other people, but for me, every muscle in my body gets slammed by this unbelievable force over and over again until I pass out. Oh, every time I think I'm gonna die. And it's usually about then that someone stuffs a wallet in my mouth.
I take it that's not what you want me to do if you have one.
Just move everything out of the way that I might kick. And hold my hand so I know someone's there.
That's it?
And remind me to breathe when it's over.
Remind you to breathe.
Yeah, I forget. And don't feel sorry for me.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Come on, you'll be fine.
Fine.
Then move it. Come on. Come on. Just breathe. Relax. Keep a good pace. See? Feel good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. Keep up with me. You know, I'm slowing down for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah?
How am I doing?
You're doing real good.
Good.
How did you feel when you woke up this morning?
Fine. Why?
There's a paroxysmal discharge on your EEG. You had a grand mal seizure, didn't you? Do your parents know?
Can you increase his dosage?
Sorry, traffic. Sit down, Ted. What is it?
Kellin had a grand mal seizure Tuesday night.
What does that mean? He's built up a tolerance to the drug.
But it was working so well.
It's experimental, Meg. You know that. Unfortunately, we seem to be finding a pattern in our control group. The drug just isn't sustaining its effectiveness over time. There must be some other drug that could work. You've been through the full range of anticonvulsants over the years. There's no drug left to try.
What's gonna happen to me?
The Hexaton should limit your grand mal seizures for several months, but its effectiveness will diminish as your tolerance increases.
After that?
I wish I had a better answer. But eventually, I'm afraid you'll be having grand mals as often as you used to.
That's more than one a day.
Where's your car?
Right down there.
So I'll see you guys at home?
Okay.
Love ya. Dad. I'm glad I caught you. I didn't want to bring this up in front of Kellin before you had a chance to consider, but there is one remaining option. Surgery. There's an extremely rare and experimental procedure.
Cerebral commissurotomy. We've already looked into it. No way.
You might want to reconsider. They've been doing some good new work in the last few years.
Eric, for the last 16 years, we've explored hundreds of drugs, sophisticated tests, surgical approaches, biofeedback, dietary theories. We'd do anything to help Kellin. I just don't want to kill him in the process.
I'll tell you what. Why don't I send you some articles about what they've been doing recently? Just look them over.
Okay.
And his foci scattered? I can't remove them without extensive tissue damage, especially in the speech areas. Commissurotomy's our only chance.
What about his parents?
They're really scared, but the poor kid has to suffer for it. Can you imagine daily grand mals at his age?
Would have put quite a crimp in my social life, I can tell you.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
See, it wasn't that bad. You did a good jog. So, you have to go back to a special school?
Probably, I don't know.
You okay?
Yeah, fine.
What causes epilepsy?
Lead poisoning, brain tumors, getting hit on the head, bad brain arteries, lots of things.
In my case, they never figured it out.
So, you're the new tutor.
This is Susie. This is my brother, Harvey.
How do you do?
He's been talking a lot about you, you know.
Shut up, boss.
Oh, yeah? What does he say?
Don't encourage him. It's bad for his health. If you get my drift.
Oh, he's never had a girlfriend before.
Harvey! Look, just leave us alone, okay? He spends a lot of time in outer Slobovia. Not used to human contact.
Why do you call him boss?
No big reason. Just a little rock and roll fantasy of his.
Rock and roll fantasy?
Yeah. When Harvey was a kid, Jiminy Cricket told him wishes could come true if you really tried. So we made a pact with each other. He wishes for me to get well, and I wish for him to be the next Bruce Springsteen.
Boss. Let's get down to work, okay?
Okay. Let me get a pencil.
What's wrong?
It's a letter from my doctor.
What's it say?
Dear Thad and Meg, here's the research I promised you last week. I can understand your reservation about cerebral commissurotomy for Kellin. It is a radical idea. However, in my opinion, Kellin is one of those rare patients for whom this surgery is justified. I urge you to read the enclosed articles before rejecting this option. B. Tobin, M.D.
What's commissurotomy?
I don't know. Commissures are these little bundle of nerves that connect one half of the brain to the other. An otomy is where they take something out, isn't it?
No, that's ectomy, like a tonsillectomy, right?
I can't believe my folks didn't tell me about this. Commissurotomy invokes surgically cutting some of the fibers that connect the two cerebral hemispheres. It is also known as split brain surgery.
Well, no wonder they didn't tell you.
What do you mean?
Well, it's so dangerous.
So?
Kellin, they slice your brain in two.
If it'll stop my seizures from coming back, I don't care how many pieces they slice my brain into.
The Disney Sunday movie will continue after these messages.
I think the one thing that bothers me about canned pasta is the taste of the sauce.
Introducing Ragu Pasta Meals. Fresh taste you don't get from a can.
It's rich, it's thick, it's good pasta.
It's great.
The sauce is good, not like canned.
Donald, do you like this?
Yeah, it's pretty good. And it's really like homemade.
Are we allowed to have seconds?
New Ragu Pasta Meals. Fresh taste you don't get from a can.
It was a really good dinner. It was yummy. I had 4 plates.
How many?
Feels so good, coming down, down. Feels so right, light and bright. 7-Up, splashing all the fun, pouring cool and clear on everyone. 7-Up, feels so good.
Elves exist. This footage, shot with a hidden camera, confirms the Keebler elves exist. Operating inside this hollow tree rather than a factory, the elves use elfin magic to make uncommonly good crackers and cookies. Appearing now at your store, soft batch cookies, townhouse crackers, pecan sandies, fudge stripe cookies, and all these other fine Keebler crackers and cookies. One taste, and you'll know what the elves mean by uncommonly good.
One of the nicest gifts I ever got was you as a second dad.
No excuses. I was wrong.
Some of the best times I ever had were with you.
Now one card company takes the words right out of your mouth, the feelings right out of your heart. American Greetings introduces In Touch cards. Get to the heart of it. Get in touch.
Thank you for last night.
Now, back to our story.
This puts me in an awkward position.
I'm sorry about that. But I have had 5 months of normal living here. Most people take that for granted. If I can just get through a day without a seizure, that's paradise for me. If this split brain surgery can stop those seizures from coming back, I want to know about it.
All right. As you know, the brain is divided into 2 hemispheres. Most seizures start small in one hemisphere or the other. Some spread, some don't. What makes a seizure grand mal is that it spreads across the commissures to invade both sides of the brain. In a split brain operation, we cut most of the connecting nerves to make a sort of fire road to keep the seizures on one side of the brain or the other.
Don't weird things happen to you when you cut your brain apart like that?
It's amazing. The changes in a patient's mental functions can be almost imperceptible.
Well, could this operation work for me?
We haven't done enough studies to know all the possible side effects. This is a very rare procedure, and once it's done, it can't be undone.
Well, I know it's dangerous, but could it work?
You should discuss this with your parents.
I want a medical opinion. They're not doctors.
I think it might work.
Then I want it.
Sound like we got 6 months breathing space. He's already had a convulsion.
Kellin had a convulsion?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Are we gonna move again?
No more moving for the time being.
I thought we were here for the treatment.
We are. And now that we're here, I sort of like it, don't you?
Well, not really. I mean, I like it because it's better. But I kind of miss my old home and friends.
Well, we'll just have to do the best we can, like we always have. Hi, son.
What's wrong? Found Dr. Tobin's letter.
What?
You had no right.
What letter?
Nothing, Harvey. Why don't you go upstairs and watch TV, hmm?
You don't like me to watch TV.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Kellin, this isn't a drug program where you can pull out of it if something goes wrong. This operation splits your brain in half.
I have to live with it, not you.
Relax. You want to bring on another seizure?
Oh, that's just great. Cut me out of decisions about my life because you're afraid I'm going to light off a seizure.
Come on, Kellin.
No, you come on. It's not fair. I have tried every drug there is, and I have been ruled out of every other kind of operation. This is the last chance I've got.
Kellin, Dr. Tobin isn't the first doctor we talked to about this surgery. Now, it's just too risky. We didn't want to tell you about it because we were afraid to disappoint you again.
Stop treating me like I'm a child.
Wait a minute. Do you think we want you to have seizures?
Dr. Tobin thinks it'll work.
Oh, Dr. Tobin thinks it might work.
We've always encouraged you to make your own decisions, son. We're not ready for you to take your life in your own hands.
But it's my life.
The answer's no. End of discussion.
This is hopeless.
Try copying it upside down.
What?
According to this book, you're doing a left brain task with the right brain. That's why the drawing's so awful.
What are you talking about?
You see, the two sides of the brain are like two separate brains all together. The left one controls the logical, like one step at a time, while the right one is sort of like the sort of off-the-wall thinking. The left one controls your speech, and the right one controls the visual stuff, like the drawing.
Since when you're reading brain books?
It interests me. Try it.
This is weird. I thought you were gonna take me to the movies this Saturday.
I'm not gonna have time.
I've been hanging out with that girl too much.
What's it to you?
Movie, that's what. What was in that letter?
It was a letter from my doctor about some stuff.
What stuff?
Stuff? You sure are nosy all of a sudden.
Look, when Dad orders me to go watch some TV, I know something big is going down.
Nothing's going down, boss. It was just a letter.
So it's the Declaration of Independence, or hasn't your tutor gotten to that yet?
Look, I don't want to talk about it, okay?
What do you think?
I think I need some air.
What are you doing here?
Hey, I was walking down the street, minding my own business, when I see these 3 quarters flying in the air. So say, hey, I don't see these every day, so I fall. Lo and behold, they fly into your window.
Get in here.
I mean, who gave parents the right to make kids suffer?
I don't know. Congress, the state legislature?
Whatever happened to the Bill of Rights?
As I recall, you pegged it at $35 and some odd cents.
That was before I needed it.
I don't think it was meant to protect you against your parents. Sit down.
Maybe I could put on a fake beard and forge their signatures on the consent form.
I'm sure.
I could write my congressman.
You're too young to vote. He'll take their side.
How about if I sue him?
That's the American way.
I'd rather be dead than go back to daily seizures.
You mean really sue them?
Why not? All I ever wanted to be was normal. Most kids, they want to be rock stars or baseball players and stuff. But I just want to be able to sit at a glass table and not get nervous about it. I mean, jogging with you is more than just a thing to do. It's a lifelong dream. And now they want to take that away from me. No way. Do you think I have a right to decide about my own life?
I do. But I'm not a court.
I wonder where I can find a lawyer.
The Yellow Pages.
Do you remember when that lawyer came to school a couple of months ago to put on that mock trial?
The lady from the National Civil Rights Organization?
What was her name?
You're serious, aren't you?
In the end, CRO doesn't charge anything.
Yeah, but she said they only do civil rights cases.
Well, what do you think I am? Aren't I being denied my, whatchamacallit, Due process. Aren't I being denied the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness?
You're crazy.
Just you wait.
I sympathize with your plight, but even if we could get this into court, I don't think we could win. There are too many reasons for a judge to find against you.
There must be some way. I can't take another 2 years of daily seizures.
Well, there have been parallels to your case. The court would have to appoint a guardian for you at some point along the way.
Who?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe me.
You would do that for me?
Only as a last resort. Kellin, I wonder if you have any idea what you're in for. Your parents would be horribly hurt.
My parents know I love them.
Well, even so, they're bound to be humiliated. Your little brother probably won't understand what's going on. He might hate you for throwing the whole family into turmoil. Your parents may lose friends who sympathize with your side of the case, and if they're not in total agreement with each other, their relationship will suffer a terrible strain. Not to mention the strain of the legal fees. A case like this is torture for everybody. Except maybe the press.
You don't understand how horrible my life is going to be without this surgery.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to belittle your situation. You have to consider all your choices before you make a decision. Taking your parents to court should be an absolutely indisputable, unavoidable, possibly irreconcilable final option.
What else can I do? They made up their minds.
What if you go through all this and you lose?
You don't think I'll win?
Cases like this usually involve life-threatening situations. If the court rules against the surgery, it's a virtual death sentence for the child. So that's a pretty easy decision to predict. But your case is a judgment call. It could go either way. I'll tell you what. Let me talk to your parents. I'll see if there's something I can work out.
Disappointed in you. I thought we had more trust in each other than that.
If we have so much trust in each other, why didn't you tell me about the surgery?
We made a mistake. Okay, I'm sorry. But this is a family matter between the 3 people in this room. We don't need lawyers to settle our differences.
Well, that's easy for you to say. You're the one who calls the shots.
That's right.
Wait a minute. Now, this isn't getting us anywhere.
Oh, where would you like to get, Mary Margaret? I'm sorry.
Is dinner ready yet?
Go on downstairs, honey. It'll be ready in a minute.
I don't want to have to wait till I'm 18 and live through 2 more years of seizures. Is that so hard to understand?
What's going on?
What's going on is between your brother and us.
And I don't want to have to go back to special schools. Do you think I like going to school with a bunch of geeks?
Don't call them that. They can't help what they are.
Well, that doesn't mean I want to socialize with them all day. Do you know what kind of conversations they have?
That's enough of that. We can hire you a private teacher.
Terrific. I can go to school all alone. That'd do wonders for my social life.
Will somebody please tell me what's going on?
Your mother told you to go downstairs.
I didn't do anything.
I don't want to argue with you, Harvey. Just do as I say, please. We don't like this any more than you do.
Then let me have the surgery.
We're so afraid you're going to die.
We know how much you want this, Kellin. If we thought it would work, we'd let you do it, but there's just too many maybes.
Like maybe you're wrong. You have no idea how it feels to have your heart squeezed so hard. You can feel the veins trying to burst through your skin.
Listen. I can't feel your pain. But that doesn't mean I haven't suffered right along with you. Now, I know I might have done something wrong while I was pregnant with you.
If you feel so guilty, then let me have the surgery.
Don't talk to your mother that way.
Look, I'm sorry. I love you, but you've got to understand. I'm gonna have this operation, whether you like it or not.
We'll continue after these messages.
I'm really surprised. The flavor really lasts a long time. Now try it in softer, with even longer lasting flavor. I never thought sugarless gum was good, and try it and it's good.
Great new taste, better when you open a sugarless gum.
Dear Certs, in the museum, looking at the Manet, I backed into a real Certs encounter, right in front of the Monet.
Only Certs has that lively, fresh flavor and glistening drop of Retsin, so it's all you need to keep your breath fresh.
Thank you, Certs. Smile.
Kodak introduces the automatic, nothing to it. All you do is aim and shoot it.
You put the film in.
You close it, you open it, and you shoot it. Bingo. Kodak VR 35.
It's 35 millimeter and it's so simple.
It focuses, advances.
Even rewinds by itself.
Great shot.
Fantastic.
I can shoot with a 35 millimeter camera. This one.
All you do is aim and shoot it. Kodak VR 35. I love this camera. It's new.
Why change a good thing? That's what I asked when Oldsmobile redesigned the Delta 88. Oh, then I drove it. Wait till you see how it handles. There's front-wheel drive, too. But inside, plenty of room to stretch. Our Delta 88 is the family car that didn't forget the family. Some things never change.
Borrow the car, Dad?
Some things never change.
Now get 9.9% financing on any Delta 88.
In Italy, they discovered long ago that to make the perfect Italian pie, you must start with the perfect recipe. Italian sausage, pepperoni, cheddar and mozzarella cheeses. As they bake, the meats and cheeses blend to create a taste unlike any you've experienced. At Pizza Hut, we call that recipe Priazzo Roma Italian Pie. Discover it for yourself.
Wednesday.
I think we inherited our own country.
When a fairy tale comes true,
Princess Suzanne.
it's a crowning experience. But every kingdom has its problems.
Don't eat. The future of Great Mosquito Island is at stake.
On the next after-school special, the Almost Royal Family.
Do you have the bedroom blahs? Are you longing for something soft and warm to cuddle up with tonight? Why not let Crown Linen dress up your bedrooms and warm you in royal style? Crown Linen can make your rooms fit for a king with the most extensive selection of bedspreads and comforters at either of their 2 convenient locations. You will find sheets, pillows, and covers to delight any kingdom. And now our monthly specials. Day beds from $189, day bed covers from $64, velvet water bedspreads $99, king flat and fitted sheets $7.99, 40% off on all spreads. Crown Linen will make you feel like royalty.
The Pedal-Ree, got a razzle-dazzle place for you. The Pedal-Ree, fun and games and good food too. The Pedal-Ree, some crazy characters you just gotta see. Come on and see. And best of all, it's for the whole family.
Peppers, so grab your ticket and get on board. Don't you wait a minute more.
You're bound to have a good time at the Pedal-Wheel.
Hi, I'm Jan Laverty-Jones, and this is my little pal, Fletchette. We're here to tell you about the I Really Do Love Kitties giant truck sale we're having this month at Fletcher Jones Toyota. Right now, you can buy a brand new Toyota Sport truck for only $61.95 with payments of only $118 a month, or a great Toyota 4x4 for only $84.95 with payments of only $159 a month. I promise that during this sale, the only thing I'm going to drop are truck prices. Right, Fletch? Right.
The Golden Bear is out of hibernation. Details at 11:30.
We now continue with the Disney Sunday movie.
You think it's too expensive, don't you?
It's your job to pass out grant funds, you tell me.
That's a pretty good deal considering the size of the sculpture.
How exactly are they going to do it?
The artist makes some sort of a latex mold of the tree, then casts it in bronze. Labor and materials is about $37,000. It's a cheap grant at twice the price.
$37,000 for a bronze tree? Art sure is a mysterious business.
City Council loves the Brown Street idea. Still leaves $120,000 in the grant fund.
You don't suppose they go for a bust of John Wayne?
Robert Thaddeus Taylor, Jr.?
Yeah?
I have a paper for you from the court.
What, are you being sued?
I don't know. This is preposterous.
What is it?
I'm being sued by my 16-year-old son.
What?
I'm gonna kill him.
Hey, boss.
Boy, they ratchet you. Wouldn't let me in on it, would ya?
Later.
We each got served papers today.
I know.
Quite a surprise.
I'm sorry.
Just because we didn't do what you wanted doesn't mean we didn't hear you.
Kellin, we don't need a court. We're a family. We can work this out between us.
How?
The same way we always have, by sitting down and talking it out.
So what happens? We sit down and you explain why your way is the right way.
I always listen to you.
Sure you do. And you always tell me how you understand my point of view. But your point of view always wins.
This is ridiculous. I want you to call that lawyer right now and tell her you made a mistake.
No!
Kellin!
That was not the thing to say. Maybe we're wrong.
Meg, we've been all through this.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to talk to another neurosurgeon about it, just to be sure.
We've already consulted two of the best.
What are you afraid of?
Only 400 or 500 commissurotomies have been performed in the United States. And most of those patients suffer daily multiple seizures as a result of brain damage or some genetic brain condition. Now, these sorts of brain problems can overshadow any damage done by commissurotomy, making it very difficult to assess.
But would his seizures stop?
His grand mal may stop or be reduced, but other types of seizures may increase. You have to understand, it's very unusual for a child to suffer the relentless abuse of multiple daily seizures and still develop the intelligence and emotional stability of your son. There simply haven't been enough controlled studies, especially of unusual cases like Kellin's, for anyone to predict how commissurotomy will affect him.
But what are the risks?
He could have a stroke on the table and suffer irreversible brain damage. Loss of mental functions, such as speech or hand-eye coordination.
What you're saying is he could become a vegetable.
Yes.
He made the front page. Doesn't that make you feel proud?
In a week and a half. How did they find out about it?
Are you kidding? Reporters love this kind of thing.
What do? Read every case that gets filed?
Did you read the paper? You're on front page news.
Eat your breakfast, Harvey.
How'd they find out about it?
I wouldn't be surprised if your lawyer called a press conference.
Could we talk about something else, please?
Is that what this is all about, blackmail? I'll smear your name all over the paper, Dad, unless you give me what I want.
Virginia told me I shouldn't talk to you about this.
Oh, great. My son's taking the Fifth Amendment on me.
I saw a movie where Al Capone did that.
Harvey.
She also suggested that I should move out for a while, just until things get cleared up.
What?
What do you care? All we do anymore is argue.
This is still your home.
Where would you go?
I could stay with Virginia and her husband. There's plenty of room.
Out of the question.
Dad, will you let him talk?
I'll get it. Hello? This is Time Magazine. Hi, this is Harvey, his little brother.
This is a private matter. Don't call back again, please.
So, gotta be man of the year?
Listen, if any more reporters call, you are to hang up. Do you understand? Finish your breakfast.
Every time I open my mouth, it's Harvey, go finish your breakfast. Harvey, go watch some TV. Harvey, go stick your head in the toilet.
They're just upset, boss.
Why do they have to take it out on me? You're the one who's causing all the trouble.
They'll ease up, don't worry.
No, they won't. They'll try to even make them crazier. Why do you have to go wreck everything?
You think I brought the grandmas back on purpose?
You didn't have to go sue Mom and Dad.
Well, excuse me for wanting to get rid of my seizures. I didn't realize I was ruining your life.
We'll never win anyway.
How do you know that?
Look, Dad always wins, and you can't stop him.
You want him to, don't you? You think that'll bring order back into your selfish little world.
That's not true.
You can just walk yourself to school. I've had it with you.
Kellin! Kellin! Kellin, wait! Kellin!
I'm worried that all this stress is just going to speed up the return of his seizures.
What can we do about that? He won't listen to reason.
Maybe we could send him back to therapy.
You can't force someone into therapy. He chose to quit. He's got to choose to go back.
Proponents from both sides of the issue were out in force. Also on the local front, a 16-year-old boy filed suit against his parents today in a case poised to set legal history.
Can't stand much more of this.
Hurry up, Dad. We're going to be late for school.
Bye. Well, sure, we're all going to be late. Because I got to spend time talking on the phone to my lawyer.
It's okay for me to live with daily seizures, but it's not okay for your lives to get a little ruffled. Is that it? I'm sick and tired of fighting about this all the time.
Dad, maybe it would be better if Kellin moved out for just a few days.
No.
It's better than all of us being at each other's throats.
I said no.
I'm going anyway.
Now, you get in this car. Get in!
I'm moving out. You're not? Well, yes, I am. And I can get a court order if I have to.
Harvey, get in the car.
Hi there. You must be Kellin?
Yes.
My name's Richard.
Welcome.
Get that.
Glad you found us. Come here.
Nice place.
Thanks. Oh, Susie called. I invited her up to dinner. Because this is a juvenile proceeding, we can have the press excluded, but frankly, I was hoping the publicity would encourage your parents to settle out of court.
Okay.
You okay? Don't stay up too late.
Okay.
You nervous?
Nah.
Then stop clenching your jaw.
I'm not clenching. I'm exercising.
You're clenching.
I was thinking about Harvey.
What about him?
I don't know. I mean, he's caught up in all of this, and no one's thinking about him.
You have enough to worry about without worrying about Harvey. You're suing your parents. It takes a lot of guts. I'm very proud of you.
You gonna be there tomorrow?
If you like.
Full moon tonight.
Bring out the wolf in you.
We should probably get going. I got a big day tomorrow.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
It's a date.
We'll return after these messages.
We got a zigzagged ship that'll make you sing. Ruffle zigzagged ridges got zigzag zing. Zigzag zing. Ruffle zigzagged ridges got a zing of their own. Put that zigzag zing in your zigzag zone. Zigzag zing. Zigzag zing. Ruffle zigzagged ridges gonna make you swing. 'Cause Ruffle's brand potato chips got zigzag zing.
Pac-Man cereal's got a new surprise. When you look inside, it's shocking. Shocking pink, it's new Miss Pac-Man Marshmallow. She's got a shocking pink oh. Just one taste, you'll be tickled pink with crispy corn puffs, all gone in a blink. Gone in a blink. Love Miss Pac-Man Marshmallow. She's got a shocking pink oh.
Miss Pac-Man's inside Pac-Man cereal, part of this nutritious breakfast, yeah.
Pac-Man's more fun, shocking pink, yeah.
This is the dawn.
The dawn of Discover.
The Discover card.
Very few things cost you nothing to get and pay you back every day. But now the Discover card does, with real dollar dividends and a savings plan that pays high money market rates.
A way to find that right tomorrow. The Discover card puts money in a whole life.
From a member of Sears Financial Network. Look for more information in the mail or national magazines.
Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Ain't nothing like the real thing.
Burger King introduces chicken tenders.
Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby.
Real fillets of all white meat chicken breast, not processed like nuggets.
Ain't nothing like the real thing.
New chicken tenders from Burger King. Not chicken nuggets, real chicken fillets.
Disneyland is your land. It lives because of you. Good morning. Each time we say welcome back, it always feels brand new. And every great attraction is a thrill that never ends. Yes, Disneyland is your land when you want to be with friends. Disneyland is your land. Come live it again.
Wednesday.
I'd like you to break my brother out of prison.
Ah. Love puts MacGyver behind bars in an exciting new adventure.
I'm so lucky.
Wednesday.
We now return to the Disney Sunday movie.
Wait a minute, there he is. Kellin, this way. Kellin, this way, man.
Will you move back with your parents if you do?
You hate your parents.
No comment.
You see yourself as an example of American teenagers.
Ladies and gentlemen. Nothing now. We'll make it as safe and as you want. Nothing now. Take it easy.
Look, what do you think about all this?
the matter of Kellin Taylor, case P105-86.
Let the record show that the parties are present.
In the Sampson case, the court ordered the parents to allow cosmetic surgery to proceed for a young boy whose face was so disfigured that he could not lead a normal life. Clearly not a life-threatening situation. Indeed, disfigurement is trivial compared to the torture that my client will suffer if this court does not clear the way for his surgery. No dungeon can compare to Kellin's claustrophobic terror of grand mal seizure. A primal spasm beside which our darkest nightmares pale.
Setting aside legal semantics for just a moment, what this case boils down to is the question of who has the right to make medical decisions on behalf of this 16-year-old boy. A minor child cannot legally consent to medical treatment unless it is a specifically defined special circumstances, which this case clearly is not. This is not just the law of the state. It's the law of nature. It's the mother dove who must decide when her chick is ready to leave the nest. And if the fledgling climbs out on his own, before he's ready to fly, he will fall to his death.
Doctor, you've testified that commissurotomy poses unique surgical risks. But isn't it also true that some 1.3% of all persons with epilepsy die every year from injuries sustained during seizures?
I question your statistics. A specific percentage is almost impossible to pinpoint.
And isn't it also true, Doctor, that less than 1% of all commissurotomy patients die as a result of surgery?
Again, your statistical methodology.
All right, Doctor, let's skip the numerical tap dance. Generally speaking, isn't it true that commissurotomy is less life-threatening than uncontrolled grand mal epilepsy?
Yes.
No further questions.
Mr. Goodman?
Now, you've already testified about the dangers of the commissurotomy process, Doctor. What about the after effects?
There have been reports of memory loss, disorientation, difficulty with mathematical tasks. One patient reported disconnection between his hands.
Could you be a little more explicit?
He reported trying to get dressed in the morning and having one hand pull up his pants while the other tried to pull them down.
Now, would you call this normal behavior, Doctor?
It's rare. Even for commissurotomy patients.
There you go.
Thank you.
What do you want to do about dinner?
I don't know. I hadn't planned anything.
I don't want to go to Hung Far Lows again. The way they stare at me, I feel like some kind of a criminal.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Want to see my picture?
Sure, honey. Oh, it's very nice, Harvey. Dad?
That's very nice.
Dad,
Mm-hmm.
can I borrow your Sgt. Pepper album?
No, that's not such a good idea.
Why not?
Because you scratched the last album you borrowed. Now they're talking about transferring me out of grants into tax litigation.
But you hated all that.
Tell me about it.
Why do they want to move you?
Too much publicity from the case. Something about corporate image.
It's ridiculous. Oh, my God.
What's going on?
Harvey, why? Huh? Talk to me.
Why should I? You don't talk to me.
What's that supposed to mean?
How come the newspaper knew about Kellin before I did?
You're 9 years old.
Kellin's my brother. How old do you have to be to get in this family?
If you felt left out, you should have said something.
A lot of good it would do me. You only care about Kellin.
Oh, baby. I'm sorry. Your life's been turned upside down by this, too, hasn't it?
How about if you come to court with us tomorrow? I know it hasn't been easy for you. Having to leave all your friends, give up your big room, get used to a whole new school, all because of Kellin's treatment.
It's not that bad.
We love you so much. Don't you know that? Hmm?
You know, this really is pretty good.
I got an A in that.
Yeah? I don't know if it's that good.
Oh!
Dr. Tobin, would you please tell the court why you so strongly recommend commissurotomy for Kellin Taylor?
Kellin has had a 6-month remission from grand mal seizures. As a doctor, I've got to consider the effects of a resumption of daily convulsions on his mental and emotional stability. The stress could dramatically increase the frequency of his seizures, and this in turn further increases his physical danger. Grand mal seizures can, after all, result in serious injury or even death. You must understand that from a medical standpoint, Kellin Taylor is a classic commissurotomy candidate, and as such, he's extremely rare. There's no question in my mind that Kellin will opt for this surgery in 2 years if this court does not let him have it now. If there were no legal issues involved, my medical opinion would be that 2 additional years of seizures will unnecessarily jeopardize Kellin.
No further questions.
Mr. Goodman?
Dr. Tobin, have you ever performed a cerebral commissurotomy?
No, but I've assisted in 4 of them.
But you've never performed one?
No.
Doesn't that concern you, Doctor?
It's a fairly straightforward...
Just answer the question, yes or no, Doctor.
No.
Have you ever actively participated in a controlled follow-up study of commissurotomy patients?
No, as I said, I've assisted. These weren't my patients.
Ever examined a recovered commissurotomy patient?
Yes, I have. Just this morning.
This morning?
Yes.
Was this, by any chance, an opportunity provided by the attorney for the petitioner?
Yes, it was.
And would you say that this patient was perfectly normal, unharmed in every mental capacity?
You tell me. He's sitting in this courtroom.
Your Honor, may we recess?
Well, it is almost lunchtime. Court will recess till 2 o'clock.
Scared? A little. I mean, it's really weird to think that someone's gonna saw into my skull and then start slicing around in it.
You know, even if you win, there's no law that says you have to have the surgery.
My parents would kill me.
That's hardly reason to let some bozo slice your brain in two.
It's really scary, I admit. But that doesn't matter if you think about...
It's all right. Just stand back. He'll be okay. Kellin?
Move the table, please.
Here, take my billfold. Put it in his mouth.
Don't put anything in his mouth. No, you must never put anything in the mouth. Somebody please move the table.
I don't know. What else can you do?
Kellin.
All right.
I'm here, Kellin.
Just remember to breathe. I'm right here. I'm right here. It's okay, Kellin. I'm right here. You just remember to breathe. You're gonna be okay. Everything's fine.
Just breathe deeply. Breathe deeply. In. I'm right here with you. I'm right here. That's it. Breathe. Everything's gonna be okay, Kellin.
The Disney Sunday movie will continue after these messages.
Hey, good looking. What you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with cheese? Hey, sweet baby, don't you think maybe you could cook something up with cheese? Let's cook something tasty up. Just can't seem to get enough real cheese.
Make your meal sing with real cheese.
Now you're cooking.
There's a brand new club in town, Wendy's new Chicken Club. And Wendy's doesn't serve just any chicken in this club. Only pure, boneless breast of chicken with sizzling strips of bacon, cool iceberg lettuce, fresh tomato, all jazzed up with mayo. Consider this an invitation to Wendy's Chicken Club. This club's not for chickens. It's for people only.
Oh, too bad.
It has something to cool your face.
Thanks. I needed that.
Something to soothe your face.
Thanks. I needed that.
Something to smooth your face.
Thanks. I needed that.
Something to tone, to tighten, to brace your face. And help get you going.
Thanks. I needed that.
You're not finished shaving till you've used Skin Bracer Aftershave after every shave. It has what your face needs. Skin Bracer.
5 minutes.
A simple fact everyone knows. This reduces plaque. A simple fact not everyone knows. This plus this reduce even more plaque. Yes, clinical tests prove Listerine antiseptic, in addition to regular brushing, reduces plaque by up to 50% over brushing alone for better oral hygiene. Listerine not only kills the germs that cause bad breath, it also kills the germs that cause plaque. And that's a fact.
The high cost of cheap oil, Monday on ABC's World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
A sports update brought to you by Volkswagen. Now from ABC News in New York, Ray Gandalf.
Good evening. The old Golden Bear, Jack Nicklaus, won the Masters Golf Tournament for the 6th time. He first took the lead with a birdie on 17, his 7th birdie of the day. Survived a challenge from Greg Norman, who hit into the crowd at 18 and tapped in his par on 18 to finish 9 under par, 1 shot ahead of Norman and Tom Kite. Now this.
Out of the blue, my son calls and says, Dad, you know, if you buy a new Wolfsburg limited edition Golf, Volkswagen will give you up to a year's interest back on your car loan. And I said, Jeffrey, we should speak like this more often.
Anders Yared beat Boris Becker in the World Championship Tennis Tournament in Dallas, and the St. Louis Cardinals, last of baseball's undefeated teams, lost. More later on the ABC News Weekend Report.
Introducing a new breakfast taste. McDonald's biscuit sandwiches.
We're baking hot buttermilk biscuits right here on the spot. We make them up fresh, roll them out, cut them by hand, then bake them hot.
McDonald's new biscuit sandwiches. Bacon, egg, and cheese. Sausage or sausage with egg.
It's a good time for the great taste.
Made fresh at your McDonald's every day.
McDonald's.
One pair, one pair, one pair. You were given just one pair of eyes to last a lifetime. Professional care and fitting of contact lenses is necessary to safeguard your precious eyes. Plus, extended wear requires extended care. Dr. McMillan has the lens program for you. 6 follow-up visits and care kit are included. Same-day service for most fittings. Dr. Mack provides a thorough examination and prescription for glasses also. Call 876-2136 today.
Hollywood Train in southern Nevada will show it to you at 11:30.
We now continue with the Disney Sunday movie.
Your Honor, the petitioner would like to request a recess until tomorrow morning.
On what grounds?
Kellin has had a grand mal seizure.
Oh.
You hanging in?
Yeah, it's so frustrating. Poor kid.
Mom, what are you doing up?
Why can't Kellin have the operation so he can come home?
It's a very serious operation, sweetheart. We're worried for Kellin.
Could Kellin die?
Come here. Boy. It's gonna be okay.
You're still here.
I wanted to be here when you woke up. You surprised?
You never know how someone's gonna react to a seizure.
Well, you've been asleep for like 8 hours.
I feel like I've been run over by a truck.
You hungry?
A little.
Now, let me go downstairs and fix you something neat, okay?
I dreamed that you took me bowling.
Did we have a good time?
Yeah. Then my dad showed up and ate my bowling ball.
I didn't know you liked to bowl.
I don't know that I do. I've never tried it.
There's sure a lot of things you've never tried.
It's only human.
Yeah. But not everybody has an excuse to get away with it like you do.
You call epilepsy an excuse?
It's no reason not to go bowling.
I could have a seizure.
Well, that's what you used to say about jogging. Till your doctor said it was okay.
You know, it was you who made it okay. Not my doctor. Maybe I do worry too much.
It's only human.
And in your everyday life, do you notice a difference between the way you function today and the way you functioned before your commissurotomy?
I have some trouble connecting names with faces since the surgery, but other than that, I don't notice much difference. Except, of course, my grand mal seizures have stopped.
Entirely?
Yes, ma'am. I still have some petites, but I've been able to control them pretty well with drugs.
Eli, we've heard evidence that the two halves of your brain have been almost completely separated. Are you saying you notice no major difference in your mental functioning?
Yes, ma'am.
No, Mom and Dad really freaked when you had your seizure.
I know Mom called me yesterday morning.
And this morning, when the doctor talked about how many people died from epilepsy, I got scared.
Oh, come on. I'm not gonna die.
How do you know?
Because my history grade is still in the toilet. Dad would kill me if I died.
You know, we really miss you.
I miss you too, boss.
And I'm sorry about some of the things I said.
Well, I said some stuff too. Let's just forget about it, okay? Oh, you will.
You okay?
Yeah.
Come on, Harvey.
Your Honor, I'd like to call Dr. Leonard Faraday, Eli's neurosurgeon, to the stand.
Proceed.
Eli, can you see anything?
No.
Would you hold out your hands, please? I'm placing an object in your left hand. Can you tell me what you're holding?
I don't know.
Doctor, in lay terms, could you give us the medical explanation for what we've just seen?
Well, Eli's left hand is connected to the right side of his brain, but he has almost no language on that side, so he can't name the object that he holds.
Thank you, Doctor. Eli, again with your left hand, would you please feel the objects in front of you and tell me which one goes with the object you've been holding? Can you tell me what you're holding now?
I don't know.
Would you please switch hands? Now what are you holding?
Matches.
Thank you, Eli. You can take your blindfold off now. Doctor.
With the object in his right hand, he was able to get the message to the left side of his brain and find the word for them. Of course, when the blindfold comes off, his sense of sight becomes a communications link between the two halves of his brain, and the disconnection symptoms disappear.
So the split brain syndrome we've seen here only occurs under controlled situations. Is that correct?
Yes. In his everyday life, Eli has very little awareness of the fact that his brain is split.
Thank you, Doctor. I have just one further question for Mr. Rhodes. Do you ever regret having had this surgery?
Your Honor, with all due respect.
No, Mr. Goodman. I'll hear it.
I wasn't like most epileptics, who can lead pretty normal lives, except they can't drive. I couldn't do anything normal. My seizures would hit me a couple times a day at least. You people can't understand what that's like, except for Kellin. This operation gave me a life. I don't have any regrets, not even a second thought.
Thank you, Eli. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Eli! Eli? You got a minute?
Sure.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, we didn't have that much time this morning. I just wanted to ask you, what's it like?
What do you mean, the surgery?
Yeah, what's it like waking up with a split brain?
Well, the first couple of days I couldn't talk, and the whole left side of my body wouldn't move. I acted pretty infantile.
Is that normal? I mean, considering.
Yeah, that's disconnection. It didn't take me very long to get over it, though.
What was it like after everything was healed?
You're not going to feel half as different as everybody else is going to treat you.
What do you mean?
It's incredible how many people treat you like you've had an IQ transplant or something.
Why would anybody think the operation makes you any smarter?
Lots of people think seizures make you stupid. And you know all those people that keep things from you because they're afraid of upsetting you and setting you off into a seizure? Well, pretty soon they get to be your best friends and you can't get them shut up. It is kind of scary going under the knife, though. But it's the best thing that ever happened to me, Kellin. Don't be afraid.
We'll continue after these messages.
Announcing the Ace No Track Snap Lock Heavy Load Easy Buy Save Cash Sale.
The what?
The April Best Buys, like this AstroTurf doormat for just $2.88.
No tracks.
This Ace 32-gallon trash container.
Has a snap lock lid.
Only $5.49 with the $2.50 rebate. The Ace 33-gallon
Heavy load.
large trash and lawn bags are just $2.33
Easy buy.
with the Ace Helpful Hardware credit card.
And save cash on all the other bargains in the Ace April Circular. The Ace
No Trash Snap Lock Heavy Load Easy Buy Save Cash Sale.
That'll be enough of that.
Can you see what's missing in this picture? Well, a government study says that half the school kids in America don't get all the calcium recommended for growing kids. That's why Kraft singles are important. Ounce for ounce, Kraft singles have over 4 times more calcium than milk. Calcium the government recommends for strong bones and healthy teeth.
Say cheese.
Say Kraft singles, because kids love Kraft singles, right down to their bones.
I found my true mate. And stranger than fantasy is your love
Legend from Ridley Scott, starring Tom Cruise and Tim Curry. Rated PG. Starts Friday at select theaters.
We asked American auto workers why they bought cars designed in Japan.
Because they're solid.
Why? Look at this interior.
Why? Well, every major part is inspected by people who care.
Why? Because I helped build this son of a gun.
These American workers are building cars they're very proud of. This, the new Nova, the result of a joint effort of General Motors and Toyota and the folks who build them and buy them. New Nova, imported from America for Chevrolet dealers.
Monday.
I'm gonna play Major League Baseball.
You only got one arm.
For one boy and his hero, their dream was destined to become an American legend. A winner never quits.
Now, back to our story.
Thinking about the judge's decision tomorrow?
Actually, I was thinking about your dress. You really look good in it.
You don't have to say that.
Well, you don't think I mean it?
Well, if you do, you need glasses.
That's ridiculous. When I met you, my first thought was, you look too good to want to hang out with a geek like me.
How could you think that?
What would a beautiful, intelligent, normal girl want with a guy who flops around in public? Hello? Why are you crying?
You can be really stupid sometimes. What's wrong?
Nothing.
I embarrassed you again, didn't I?
No. No, it was great. I mean, it was wonderful. I just have never kissed a girl before.
Well, it's easy. Just don't forget to breathe.
I'm willing to practice all you want.
You know when you had the seizure in the restaurant? I sat there holding your hand, asking myself if this is something I wanted to do on a regular basis. And I decided that it was better than thinking of you going through it alone.
This is the decision of the court.
The court is always reluctant to intercede between parents and child, especially when there's been no apparent discord in the family except for this particular issue before us. These parents' rights as the child's guardians cannot be lightly overruled. Kellin Taylor's parents have provided for their son a good home and excellent medical treatment. But they have exhausted every viable medical alternative to commissurotomy. If the court were to find against the petition, to wit, against the surgery, then the state would in effect be subjecting Kellin to 2 additional years of considerable risk from further seizures. This is not the intent of the law. Furthermore, according to competent medical testimony, Kellin has made a reasonable choice, weighing the consequences and demonstrating a maturity beyond his years. The court is impressed, and therefore directs our Thaddeus and Margaret Taylor to consent to the operation.
They had a very strong medical case. I still can't believe she overruled your parental rights on that basis alone. This is a bad judgment. I promise you this, it'll never stand up on appeal.
We're not going to appeal.
Are you ready?
Just point me to the buzzsaw.
Okay. Just put your head down.
All right.
Dr. Biggert, pediatrics, please. Dr. Biggert.
Okay. We'll hold it right here.
This is our stop, guy.
See you around.
You're gonna be just fine.
I know.
We'll be right here when you get out. We won't move an inch.
Your legs will fall asleep.
We love you.
Love you too.
Show him who's right, okay?
Okay. Susie? Susie?
Hi.
You don't have to stay if you don't want to.
You jerk. You know I want to stay.
Come here.
Don't worry. I won't practice without you.
Dr. Anderson to maternity, please. Dr. Anderson. Dr. Hensel to surgery, please. Dr. Hensel.
No more than usual.
Huh? Got your speech prepared for the press after it's over?
Let's mark him. Thank you, Natalie.
Okay, thank you, Linton.
You going to use a posterior opening?
No, you've got to go in from both sides to get the whole thing. Okay, let's drape him.
I'm breathing for him.
Natalie?
Doctor?
Okay. Number 10 blade.
Why isn't it over yet? It's going to take at least 4 hours. I'm hungry. Well, I'll take him to the cafeteria if you like. Would you? Sure. Come on, boss. Only Kellin gets to call me that. Well, what do you want me to call you? Mr. Taylor. Okay, Mr. Taylor. Let's go eat.
Retractors in place.
It's gonna be okay. I know. Oh, I wish the operation was over. You can make a wish come true if you really believe. Kellin tell you that? Jiminy Cricket. Okay. You can call me boss if you want to. Thanks.
Okay, I'll need a craniotome next. Craniotome ready? Okay. Let's separate the hemispheres. Just retract against the right one. Okay. Let's not get near a speech center.
They say this is the easiest way to change a politician's mind.
Easy does it. Okay. There it is. The corpus callosum.
Subrotating retractors.
And the scope.
There go 150 million nerves.
much longer?
Maybe another 45. You have a problem, Martha?
I'm fine.
Mr. and Mrs. Taylor, Dr. Tobin is just closing. It took us nearly 5 hours, but as far as we know, everything went according to plan.
As far as you know.
Did it work?
Recognition is one of the first signs of recovery, but don't be disappointed if he doesn't know you right away. He'll probably be disoriented for a while. Come on, let's go take a look at it. It's all right. Go on.
Hi, honey.
The two halves of his brain have to get used to a new way of relating.
Kellin? Can you hear me? It's Dad. Come on, son, give us a sign.
Hi, Kellin. Do you know who I am?
I'm here too, kiddo. We're with you all the way.
Come on, Kellin. Just a little sign that you know we're here.
I'm here too, tough guy. Just don't forget to breathe.
We'll come back after these messages.
They're taking breakfast by the hand all over the land. It's a fresh new way to start your day. Get your boogie in along and on your way. Da-da-da-doodly-yada, doodly-yada. McDonald's is taken to the highway, taken to the street. With a sit-down breakfast when there's no time to eat. Biscuits, bacon, egg and cheese, or sausage with egg, or without if you please. Doodly-yada, doodly-yada, doodly-yada. Fresh baked biscuits are rising to new heights. You see 'em hot, fresh eggs in a whole new light. Take a bacon or sausage along for the ride in a breakfast sandwich with a sizzle, with a sizzle, with a sizzle inside.
Get breakfast at hand with a fresh biscuit sandwich or hot egg or sausage McMuffin.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. Taking breakfast by the hand.
That cool, refreshing feeling of Wrigley's spearmint gum puts a sparkle in your eye, a spring in your step, and makes things lots of fun.
It's that little lift from Wrigley's spearmint gum. It's that little lift. Come on and get you some.
That clean, fresh taste Wrigley's spearmint's got. That little lift that means a lot.
It's that little lift from Wrigley's spearmint gum.
Being a ventriloquist is great. Let me out here right now. It means I always have somebody to talk to.
You can talk to me. You got it.
Sprite?
That's right.
A can can't talk.
Can so?
I never heard a Sprite can talk.
Well, it's because my great taste of lion speaks for itself.
You're right. Sprite tastes great. Better than 7-Up. What about 7-Up? Can they talk?
They can talk. They just don't have as much to say.
On the next Disney Sunday movie, the Davises are moving into a new house.
Definite fixer-upper.
Where the tenants are deceased, but not departed.
This house is not haunted. Keep an eye out for the Boogity Man. What Boogity Man? Boogity, boogity.
Now it's every man, woman, and child for himself.
I saw him! What a weirdo. Dad's gonna negotiate with Mr. Hamburger Face.
It's spirited family fun. Mr. Boogity.
I'd move.
This is Kathleen Sullivan. Open your eyes to the world each weekday morning with Steve Bell and me on ABC's World News This Morning, just before Good Morning America.
This is Joan London. Next week, Charles Bronson and Jill Ireland join us here on Good Morning America. Also, Richard Simmons and Jo Beth Williams and Sean Penn next week here on Good Morning America.